This is the 15th of May, week 6, Heidi High Blogs. Objective today was to physically develop character, exploring Adler's physical action, rehearse Heidi High and reflect on progress and development. To start the session off, we had a recap of what we did last session. What did you learn last week? What personality my character was, which mine was a door, this one's Sylvia. Events of doing a show. The events of doing a show end on, so the things we'd have to consider, because Heidi High's been done, end on, instead of in the round like Tomorrow We're Happy. And then we went on to some exercise with the lines, vocal development, where we took a section of text and we say it without taking a breath. So I took a snippet of my text, which my line was, "He thinks I've got just the right tone of voice to wake up the campers," which is directed at Gladys, and he's talking about Jeffrey, Mr. Fairbrother. So I said that first without taking a breath, and then I said it again with considering where the breath should be. Then did it with adding a pause, and then changing where the pause was. How did it change the line? So he thinks I've got just the right tone of voice to wake up the campers. So there would be a breath at the start and a breath at the end. So he thinks I've got just the right tone of voice to wake up the campers, which made no change to it, but there was need there. And then adding a pause in. He thinks I've got just the right tone of voice to wake up the campers. It can change it in a different way, because it could be more spiteful, it could be more sarcastic, it can change and flavour a line dramatically, you don't even realise. And then he thinks I've got just the right tone of voice to wake up the campers. It could even be taken seductively or aggressively or anything like that. A pause can dramatically change a piece of text on a line. And then we did it again, and we did it again, and with a new piece of text, which was if I don't, will Jeff make things hard for you. So we said that very fast, then we said it very slowly, so we could find a nice balance in between them. What has made you realise about the importance of pace? The importance of pace, you don't want to say something too fast, because you could throw away a key line. Like, if I don't, will Jeff make things hard for you? It's hinting at the fact that Gladys and Jeffrey may have slept together, so that needs to be known. And then we got into partners, and then we chose a line and then selected a word for them to emphasise. So I got with Chloe, I think it was, and I said, if I don't, will Jeff make things hard for you? So she emphasised hard as the fact it was an innuendo, and it was amazing how it could dramatically change a sentence and you didn't even realise. A breath, a pause, an emphasise of a word can change a sentence dramatically. So I think I'll do this exercise with every single line that I have in the play, just to experiment with the lines and etc. And then we went on to movement development, where we delivered our lines to the wall, using the wall as a character you are talking to, say in different proximities. So we looked at why is spatial awareness important. So if someone was really close, it could show that they're trying to be intimate with someone, or they're telling them something that's private and they don't want anyone else knowing. It could change the importance of what they're saying and how important it looks, and what's the word? It could change the situation, like it could make someone on edge, being so close to them and saying something. or for instance standing so far away, it's more casual, it's more laid back, it's more open to people, so it's more relaxed. And then we did it again, but instead of moving closer and further away from the wall, we added a gesture with the line what we was doing. So maybe a hand movement, placing a hand on a hip, a rolling of the eyes, and it changed the way a line was delivered completely, because it could turn something that's quite sentimental into something that's extremely sarcastic just by the placing of a hand on a hip. Then we looked at adding a facial expression, and changing the facial expression, because it's bizarre how something can be changed instantly just by something so small as like a pause or a placing of a hand on a hip. So we did this to experiment with our lines and flavour them and see what we could come up with, and to find a nice balance of how the line should be felt and how the line should be delivered, and what felt nice about the line. I enjoyed doing this because it made me realise some of the lines and how they should be said, and it gave me a better look of what type of character Sylvia is, and the fact that she's an actual real bitch. So I enjoyed this lesson, and I found it was really useful. So I did trial and error with some things that just didn't work. I tried delivering some lines that made Sylvia seem like a kind person, but they just didn't work, so I changed them, and that was my trial and error. A strength of the session was exploring physicality of character. My weakness was remaining focused because I did often get distracted, and my target for next session is remain focused and on task and learn my lines. That's what we did today.